You don't even know what you're carrying. If it's a girl, I'd be at a loss. Bastard! The little devil in my belly cursed. Mom, ignore him. That idiot doesn't know the mistress's baby isn't his. It's the fitness instructor's. I almost laughed out loud. I quickly lowered my head and covered my face, my shoulders shaking. To Scott, it looked like I was sobbing. Fine, I'll sign. I looked up, tears streaking my face but resolve in my eyes. But I have one condition. Scott frowned and looked at me warily. You want money? Let me tell you, the company has no cash right now. I'm deep in debt. I don't want money. I cut in sadly. I just want my clothes and personal things. I want nothing from this house, only to cut all ties with you. Scott was stunned, clearly not expecting me to agree so easily. A flash of joy crossed his eyes before he hit it. Fine, you know what's best for you. Pack your things and leave tonight. We'll go to the city hall first thing tomorrow. He turned and left, as if even looking at me was bad luck. As soon as the door closed, I wiped away my tears and pulled the suitcase out from under the bed. I stuffed the suitcase with old clothes and cheap toiletries, then pushed it, ready to leave at once. Scott was on the sofa video chatting with Barbara, speaking in a tone I hadn't heard in years. When he saw me, he stood and walked over. Wait, open it. Let me check. Don't take anything you shouldn't. My heart leapt into my throat. I even wondered if I should knock him out and run. But when Scott saw the clothes, he only curled his lip in disdain. You're taking this trash? Aren't you going to check again? Don't say I didn't give you a chance later. I gave a pitiful smile. No need. Everything here is filthy. Scott's face darkened. Get out. I pushed my heavy suitcase out of the place I once called home. Once outside the complex, I hailed a taxi and went straight to a 5-star hotel downtown. Mom, great job. That scumbag is probably still dreaming about his money. His face will be priceless when he checks the ceiling. But we need to move fast. After the divorce tomorrow, we'll buy the lottery ticket. The $11 million jackpot is ours. I sat in the back seat watching the scenery fly past the window. The anger I'd held in for so long finally eased. Scott, you thought you'd dumped a worn-out wife. You had no idea you just sent away a money magnet. That night, in the presidential suite, I ordered a seafood feast I'd never dared to buy before. While eating king crab, my son told me stories from my past life. It turned out that after I jumped into the river in my past life, Scott didn't shed a single tear. He even released a statement claiming I was mentally ill. He used my death to build a loving, devoted image, sending his company's stock price soaring. That mistress, Barbara, spent my compensation money on limited edition handbags. They even scattered my ashes in some desolate place. Hearing this, I crushed the crab leg in my hand. Son, I'll make them pay. Absolutely. Mom, tomorrow at the city hall will be a big show. Barbara will surely protest. You must hold back. Don't hit her. Her fake designer clothes might tear and she could try to extort money from us. I chuckled. This little one's tongue was even sharper than mine. The next morning, at the city hall entrance, Scott beamed with joy, his hair slick and shiny. Beside him, arm in arm, was Barbara. Heavily pregnant, she wore a tight dress as if trying to hide her pregnancy. Seeing me alone, Barbara covered her mouth and laughed. Oh, why do you look so pale? Did you sleep under a bridge last night? Scott patted her bottom and pretended to be concerned. Don't say too much or she might jump into the river again. He then looked at me condescendingly. Did you bring all the paperwork? Hurry up and finish. I have company matters to attend to. I ignored them and walked in. Sign, stamp, and get the certificate. I stayed silent the whole time and cooperated completely. The moment I got the divorce certificate, Scott sighed in relief, as if a huge weight had been lifted. As we walked out, Barbara deliberately kissed Scott in front of me. Honey, we're finally free. Let's celebrate. Scott hugged her and pinched her cheek affectionately. Okay, whatever you say. Then he turned to me, took out a few red bills and tossed them on the ground. Here's for your taxi. Don't say I, Scott, am heartless. The bills fluttered to the ground, mocking me. People around us were pointing and whispering. I bent down and Scott and Barbara smiled smugly. They thought I was picking up the money. Instead, I just tied my